In this segment, we swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us. Alright, first, we need to realize that no matter what reporters or the media are saying, trying to make us live in fear, that we are not victims in this game called life, but that we are responsible for our lives. You see, the world isn't happening to us, it's happening through us. And it's never too late for us to remember that we are creating our lives through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And this is so powerful because it means that no matter where you are personally, no matter how much you weigh, how tired you are, how many times you've tried to change and fallen back into old habits, no matter what you've experienced in the past, you can have a different experience from this moment moving forward.
And second, your efforts can play an important role in changing the entire world. We all know the impact that someone doing something nice for us can have on us and how we feel individually. And the truth is, the world's simply made up of a bunch of individuals. And that means that your personal efforts can have a dramatic influence on the world at large. Quantum physics is showing that we are all truly connected, that we are not separate from the group, and that everything we do has an impact on the whole. In science, an example of this is the butterfly effect, where a butterfly flapping its wings in the Western Hemisphere can literally be the last condition required to create a hurricane in the Eastern Hemisphere.
So you might not be convinced. You might feel that you're an exception, and that if we just knew the particulars of your specific story, that we would understand that it really is too late, that you're too far gone and that you can't recover. Or that even if you can change, that there's no way that that could possibly change the world at large.
But the truth is, it's never too late to change. And we are all courageous by nature. We all love movies like Rocky and Rudy, where an unlikely hero goes against all odds, yet through intention, commitment, and perseverance somehow finds a way. We love these movies because they touch a place inside of us that knows that we can literally achieve anything that we set our hearts and minds on achieving. Yet, one of the greatest challenges that we face on this planet is truly taking care of ourselves. So often, we all try to give of ourselves to others before we take time to give to ourselves. And this is really backwards. We may make it for a little while, but the truth is this only ends up in having an entire world filled with people who are exhausted. It's like the man turning to the old furnace saying, "First give me some heat, and then I'll throw some wood in." It just doesn't work that way. First we need to take care of ourselves by getting balanced. Then we can give from the overflow. And with this program, no matter where you're starting from, you can start moving right now in the direction of optimal health and unlimited energy.
So here's a practical example. Do you think that you could take on a few new habits over the next few weeks or the next few months that would literally make your health and your life worse than it is right now? Now on the flip side, do you think you could take on a few new habits over the next few weeks or the next few months that would literally make your life and your health better than it is right now? Obviously, both of those are true. And what's important is for us to understand is that the choice is up to us. You see, energizing is understanding that we need to be healthy by choice and not just by chance.
As Napoleon Hill said, anything that the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And the truth is, it's never ever too late. And the best time to create change is always now.
And here's an example of one of our favorite stories that kind of sums this all up. It's of a young man several years ago who was on vacation, and one morning he wakes up and decides to go for a walk on the beach. Now it's early, and so the beach is empty. And the first thing that the man realizes is that the tide has washed up literally thousands of starfish on shore. And he understands that if those starfish don't get back into the ocean, they can't survive. In the distance, he sees an elderly woman walking towards him. And every few feet, she's bending over, picking up a starfish, throwing it back into the ocean. And as he gets closer to the woman, he realizes the futility of her efforts, and he stops her and he says, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" The woman just looks at him and smiles. But he continues, he said, "Seriously, look at the beach. It is lined with starfish as far as you can see in both directions. Do you really think you can make a difference?" The woman looked at him again and smiled, bent over at her waist, picked up another starfish, threw it back into the ocean and said, "I made a difference to that one."
And that's the truth.